Hello, Artful Manifestors. Thank you for joining me. Today, we are asking your guides what they're currently helping you with, how they're showing up in your life, and how they're helping you. And to do this, you're going to choose from one of the cards I'm about to reveal and or one of the crystals I'm going to introduce. I always set my intentions for your highest and best good. Connecting my guides to your guides to bring you guidance, inspiration, and hope. All right, let's see what we have for reading number 1. You have the horse. And for reading number 2, salmon. And for reading number 3, blackbird. If you'd like to know what the crystals are, let me introduce those to you now. For reading number 1, we have moss agate in the shape of a moon, a crescent moon. And for reading number 2, we have desert rose. And for reading number 3, we have happy lace or crazy lace agate. All right, let your intuition be your guide. Whichever image and or crystal you're most drawn to is most likely the reading meant for you. Of course, you're always welcome to listen to 2 or even all 3 of the readings, as there may be additional guidance for you there. You'll find a link to all the readings in the description box below, as well as a list of the cards that I use during this reading. And if I have links where you can find those, I'll include that as well. Enjoy your reading. Hello, reading number 1. You chose this crescent moon shaped moss agate, which is one of nature's allies. All crystals are, but this is deeply connected to the earth and plant spirits. So if you want to include crystals in your gardens, in your plants, in your home, this is a great ally for those plant friends. It's very grounding and it brings balance, stability, particularly during times of emotional upheaval. It resonates with fresh starts and the fertility of both plants, like I mentioned, but also the fertility of your ideas. It's a heart healer. It opens the heart chakra gently, encouraging trust and emotional healing. And it's a magnet for abundance, considered a stone of wealth and prosperity, but through slow and steady growth. Yeah, very much like anything that you want to grow, whether it's your ideas, your wealth, your happiness, your garden. Moss agate is your stone for that. It has such a beautiful coloring. And the card that you chose is the horse. When I look at this horse, I see freedom and purity. So I feel like moss agate is helping nurture your wealth, your ideas, but the driving force in you nurturing those things is your freedom, your sovereignty, and this return to innocence. Let's get some tarot cards and see what else we can find out about how your guides are helping you, what they're helping you with, and what you might sense or notice. It could very well be that white horses or just horses are a symbol for you. Connecting with reading number one's guides. How are you helping reading number one at this time? What are you helping reading number one with? How are you helping them? How are you showing up? All right, the witch. The Knight of Chalices. And the Sun. You know, the Sun in this card really stood out to me. So the Sun is also one way that they are helping you and sending you signs. So spending time in nature and getting sunlight, and I've mentioned this before, but if you can look at the sun early as it's just cresting the horizon, or in the evening right before it completely goes past the horizon, those twilight moments where the color is different. There's something magical about those sun rays that you receive at that time. It's more than just appreciation of the beauty of nature and all the beautiful colors. You're receiving something energetically and psychically in those moments. And also just going outdoors, facing the sun, looking at the sun, but with your eyes closed. So of course we don't want to hurt our eyes and look directly at the sun when it's high in the sky, but with your eyes closed, facing the sun and receiving sun rays through your eyelids, you're not only receiving that light, but you're receiving downloads. And this is one way that you're receiving downloads, vital information from your guides. You may hear something, sense something in that moment, especially if you're very open at the time that you do it. But many times what happens with these downloads is it's kind of like when you're downloading something large on your computer, but you can't open it yet. The data is just being transferred. So it's like that happens, but then later on, you'll just have this knowing of something. You'll be in a situation that maybe you've been in before, and all of a sudden you have a knowing about it that you didn't before, and it came from that download from the sun, from your guides. Wow. This is definitely a card of sovereignty. We see this witch, which would be the magician in other decks. This is somebody who already knows what they want. And now they're focusing their energies to create that. She has all the resources to do that. She has her protective circle protecting her ideas. So your guides are also saying that any new ideas that you're working on, any new projects that you're working on, it's kind of a need to know basis. So if somebody doesn't need to know, don't tell them. Keep the circle close to you, and in that way, nobody else's influence is entering your circle of creation. But your guidance, your guides are definitely helping you towards this sovereignty, this freedom, this independence. And the more things that you achieve on your own, whether it's, fixing that cabinet door that's loose, or making your own meal. And it doesn't mean that you should be alone, but it's about inviting this energy of accomplishment through your own agency. That's inviting this freedom, this independence, and this sovereignty over your life. Beautiful. But there is also, of course, an invitation to spiritual helpers. We see that this Knight of Chalices is going right towards the sun, and the sun is a big part of your reading. And it's interesting because you have a moon crescent shaped moss agate, and then I see the sun really standing out in your reading. And the moon, of course, reflects the sun's light. And so recognizing that, definitely recognizing that in the sun, in your garden. I see some of you actually planting sunflowers. If you planted sunflowers, or you're thinking about it, or you just like sunflowers, let me know in the comments. Doing things to honor the sun, to reciprocate the offering, being appreciative of the sun. When you sit down to eat something, recognizing the sun's role in growing those fruits and vegetables, grains, and feeling that gratitude towards the sun, but then expanding that gratitude towards others. So let's say you're working on a bigger project, like you are remodeling your kitchen. Maybe you don't tell your friends or your coworkers that you're remodeling. You're keeping that to yourself. But of course, you have people that may come in and help you to some extent with the tile or the cabinets. And of course, you're going to pay them. But in addition to that, showing them appreciation and valuing their expertise, there's something about that act. And the more that you practice that act, the more that is going to increase your own power. There's this idea of reflection and appreciation that your guides are guiding you towards. Look for suns, horses, sunflowers, and moons. These are all signs and symbols that your guides will be sending you, if they haven't already, to remind you of this to encourage you to keep reciprocating this energy through appreciation and recognition and value of others' efforts and the contribution that it has. Sure, you may have bought the food, you may have prepared it, you may have even planted the seeds and grown them, but none of it could have been done without the sun's energy. And so really looking at everybody who's helping you along the way and recognizing that that is really key in you achieving this sovereignty, this empowerment, this power, this freedom. And with the sun also brings that innocence, that purity that I mentioned. There's this blessing of purity and innocence that you're cultivating as a result of all this reciprocation and appreciation. Wow, what a beautiful message, reading number 1. I'm also hearing 111 or 1111, like you look at the clock and it says 111 or 1111, or maybe it pops up somewhere else. That is your guides. So if you've been seeing that number, let me know. If not, you may start seeing it. You might notice it. And that's just your guides reminding you that they're with you, you're on the right course, and to keep showing that appreciation and keep working towards your sovereignty, because you're almost there. So exciting. Reading number 1. Please let me know if this resonates. I'd love to read your comments, and I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, reading at number 2. You chose the Desert Rose. And the Desert Rose helps to bring clarity, flow. It carries the gentle, clearing energy of selenite. It is a type of gypsum selenite. It dissolves confusion and helps one flow with divine timing. It's said to act as a protective talisman, especially for sensitive empaths or people who can cross the veil, communicate with the other side, receive from the other sides, those sensitive types. It's often used in journey work to access ancient memories or soul contracts. It teaches how to ground divine light into physical form. The wisdom of bringing the spiritual into the mundane. It anchors that light. And it blooms in harsh conditions, just like its name. It's, a desert rose. So it symbolizes that inner grace amid outer chaos. I'm hearing resilience, and we have here the salmon, and the salmon is all about abundance and strength, determination. They have this driving force to swim upstream. It's in pursuit of fertility. And it's strength, but it's not suffering. It's not, this isn't a difficult journey for them. If you've ever seen salmon swimming upstream, they can jump over beaver dams, they can go up waterfalls. They are very capable. So this is about you recognizing your capabilities, your strengths, and creating abundance, experiencing a fertile period, how to find the fertile ground, how to find those hidden opportunities. All right, let's get some tarot and get some more information about how your guides are helping you, what they're helping you with, what kind of signs and synchronicities you can expect, or maybe you've already noticed. Connecting with reading number 2's guides. Oh, okay. We have the 8 of Agate. And the Green Man. And the Oak King. All right, first of all, the message of abundance is still here, even though this card looks a bit precarious. It is the number 8, and 8 is about abundance. And then we also see in this Oak King card the figure 8 or the infinity symbol. So you may be seeing infinity symbols or the figure 8 if you're not already seeing them. That may be something that you'll start to notice, and this is a sign from, from your guides. This figure 8 infinity symbol is also connected to cycles, patterns. And what I see is that they're helping you at this time to break free from old patterns. This belief that you're not capable, or doubt in yourself, fear, imposter syndrome. I see you liberating yourself from these false beliefs, these limiting beliefs. Also, someone here maybe that's feeling unworthy, and it's rooted in guilt or some kind of inherited mental narrative that maybe you saw modeled for you, or something that was told to you when you were younger, and now you've internalized it. So I see you liberating yourself from this perception. And we see a new perception over here with the Oak King. So definitely you are reclaiming a mental sovereignty. You're mastering your own thoughts. And so it's like, what I see is you're getting out of this binding, and you're picking up one of these athames, these little daggers, and you are cutting the cords of mental beliefs that are imprisoning you. There's a perception of being imprisoned or unworthy or incapable, but it's an illusion. And I see you liberating yourself from that illusion. That is what your guides are helping you with. They want you to know you are not as trapped as you once believed. The way is open through your own mind. And the you're going to get this new perception, this new path revealed to you. So how they're helping you is they're planting little intuitive nudges, synchronicities. You're going to have these subtle truths revealed to you. These alternate paths revealed to you through signs, synchronicities, conversations, things that you read. They're helping to create opportunities so that you can say, you know what, I no longer choose this thought. I choose freedom. And so they're helping you with mental sovereignty. And after that, anything is possible. It's all about what you believe. They're showing me like the Matrix film. So you might want to go back and look at that with a metaphorical eye, the red pill or the blue pill. And then we have the green man, which is taking a leap of faith. This is a leap of faith in yourself. So stepping onto that path that honors your joy, your intuition, trusting yourself, being curious, and your guides are surrounding you with protective energy as you try new things. So they're encouraging you to try new things as a means to break these thought loops, these false beliefs, to do new things. This is going to help invite in new energy. And even if you have been experiencing fear to try new things, just know your guides are with you and protecting you. As you try new things, you say new things to yourself. So, even if you just think it, right? That you can't do that, or that you're not enough of this or enough of that, or you're too much of this or too much of that, or you can't this. It's like you're catching yourself saying those things either out loud or just, even if you don't think the words, just that belief is there. And when that rises up, whether you're saying it out loud in your mind or just a belief that rises up, you're noticing it, you're catching it, and it's them saying, look, this is what you're meant to release, and you're practicing speaking new truths and embodying new expressions of your sacred self. They are helping you remember that innocence is not ignorance. And they're doing this with signs, synchronicities, dreams, and playful allies. We see here this dog, we see people dancing, playing instruments. So the allies definitely could be people, but most likely they are animals, or they send you a song. And whether or not these animals are your pets, or they're just animals that you happen to encounter or notice, even if they're not in real life, you might think of an animal or see it in an image or a stuffed animal. But this kind of playfulness, dancing, music, there's something about dancing and music that, again, it's helping to, it seems like you're just dancing, right? But that act of dancing and that act of allowing your body to flow with the music, it's doing something energetically to your energetic patterns. It's helping to shift them. Like they're showing me somebody who maybe had an injury and then they go to a physical therapist and they start practicing these movements. They tell them to, as you walk, make sure that you're walking with your heel first and then your toe. And this is what the dancing and listening to music is doing for your spirit, for your energy, and it's shifting these thought patterns. Wow. So that's one thing that you're just going to notice, like a song comes on and you might be sitting down and you start moving, just kind of like, even though you're sitting, you're just moving. So they're really inviting you to stand up and really dance. And there's something about these playful encounters that are in you, these delights in you that are just, it's like this bold becoming. And then we have the Oak King. And I already mentioned that it's you seen from a new perspective. So, through these playful moments, through you trying new things, through you disrupting those patterns, and these new things can be, you always wanted to hike this new trail, or you wanted to try a new recipe, or going to a different grocery store than you normally go to. Maybe a store that's has a specialty. Maybe it's an international food store. And just being curious and exploring, doing new things, moving with your body, all of that is helping, in addition to thinking new things and saying new things. And they're also saying allowing yourself to receive things, because I'm seeing and hearing somebody who receives a compliment and doesn't accept it. They either don't believe it, and maybe even outwardly say, no, you're just saying that to be nice. Or they even like add evidence to that disbelief. You're just saying that to be nice. This shirt is, it has a hole in it and it makes me look, fill in the blank, something not nice. So all of that, you noticing that, you being more open to receiving, it's shifting your energy patterns, your beliefs, your thoughts, and even how you speak and express yourself. And you just have this whole new perspective. You're becoming more compassionate with yourself. You're getting this clarity, and in addition to dancing, maybe even singing, you're also finding time to be still and appreciate. Whether it's like a carved out time for meditation, or sitting outdoors and watching butterflies and bees and listening to birds, just being still in nature, and just like they're showing me somebody being held in like a womb like space of transformation. Wow, so beautiful. And they're helping you by reminding you of these things that are no longer aligned. Even when you rest, they're helping you to softly dismantle these things, these thoughts, these beliefs, these automatic things that you say, like, no, you're just saying that. You don't mean it. I'm not really prefacing things that you do with a negative. So, like, they're showing me somebody who maybe takes a class in creative writing, writing poetry. And before they read the poem, they preface it by saying that they're not good at writing poems. And so they're going to bring to your attention when you say those kinds of things, either on your own or somebody else will point it out to you. And it's just a gentle nudge for you to stop saying those things, because they're just reinforcing this old narrative, this old belief system it's not in alignment with your new energy that you're stepping into. Yeah, and you might be receiving intuitive insights, spiritual downloads out in nature, and also dreams. They might be sending you messages in your dreams. Now, whether or not you remember your dreams, that's okay, because you will have received that guidance and that energetic upgrade and while you're sleeping, so that it's going to make it easier for you to shift into this new energy. Wow. Reading number 2. So excited for you. Yeah, I see you you're swimming towards this new experience, this fertile ground, this abundance. And it's an abundance of joy and happiness, and that's going to radiate towards other areas of your life. And it all begins with you shifting these beliefs. Reading number 2, please let me know how this resonates. I love to read your comments, and I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, reading number 3. You chose the Happy Lace Agate, also known as the Laughter Stone. And it's all about joy, playfulness. It radiates uplifting solar energy, encourages lightheartedness and inner celebration. It helps ground you while keeping your energy flowing. So it's a crystal of balance, sacred balance with laughter. And it's said to form a protective energetic lace around the auric field, especially during times that you feel vulnerable. And it enhances vitality, mental agility, and creative problem-solving skills. It's a beautiful ally for inner child work and kitchen witchery. So if you like to create magic in the kitchen, this is a very good stone to have in the kitchen. And also just kind of any ceremony that invokes lightness and joy, delight, happiness rituals. And you chose the blackbird. Birds are about messages. So your guides are sending you messages. And in some cases, literally through birds. You may notice birds that make this little sound that almost sound like they're laughing. Notice what you're thinking at that time. know that they're never laughing at you. If you're thinking something very serious that's not happy, just like this lace agate, they're trying to lighten the mood with laughter, with silliness. It's like, that thing you're thinking about is not even real. So they're just like laughing, like, that's silly, or you may actually do something like drop something or trip, not to where you actually hurt yourself. And you might hear these birds laughing. And some of you have already experienced this. If you have, please let me know. If not, you're going to experience this. And again, it's not to make fun of you. It's so that you can begin to see the potential for lightening situations instead of, I'm hearing the word brevity. I hope I'm using that right. That's just what they're telling me. But it's like going from feeling heavy about things or serious about things to feeling lighter about things and finding joy and happiness and laughter in things and learning to laugh at yourself. Not to degrade yourself to others, but just like, okay, it's like they're showing me somebody who this thing happens and it kind of slows down their morning, right? Like maybe the alarm doesn't go off. Maybe they spill something on their shirt before they leave. Maybe the dog escapes, and so you have to chase the dog down before you go to work. And then on the way to work, you get stopped by a train. And instead of being upset or angry about it, you just laugh at the ridiculousness of it. So it's like that. It's like this tool that you can use to help shift your energy instead of becoming a magnet for more things that would make you upset. It's almost like it's your shield or your armor. It's like that protective weaving. When you're feeling vulnerable, is this laughter. If you don't already spend time in nature observing birds, I recommend doing that because your guides are going to speak to you through those birds, and it's going to be different for each one of you, but you're going to notice their behavior, how they sound, that you see a certain kind of bird associated with something that you're thinking at that time, and you're going to make this connection, and it's your guides reaching out to you through the birds. Let's get some tarot cards and see what else we can find out about how your guides are helping you at this time and what they're helping you with. Also, stars. So anytime you see stars, which there are stars on this deck, and you chose the star-shaped happy lace stone. Okay, we already have our first two cards. You see how they just flew out? And they're even showing me you laughing at birds. So not only them laughing at you, but you laughing at them, their movements, and other creatures in nature. Laughter is the best medicine, they're saying. All right, you have the Page of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. And the Holly King. Right away, I'm seeing a new beginning with the page. That's the beginning of the court cards. You have Page, Knight, Queen, King. And then the Ace. That's the beginning of the suit. So I'm seeing this new beginning. And with the Holly King, I'm seeing this inner light in you beginning to expand and illuminate your path, where maybe your path was determined, it came from a different place, a different part of you, like fear or guilt. And instead, now your compass is joy and laughter. But let's dive a little bit deeper into each card. So the Page of Wands is reclaiming inspiration and courage, especially where you have felt weighed down, dimmed by the heaviness of fear or past wounds or guilt. And your guides are awakening the inner messenger. Remember, I said birds are messengers. So there's the part of you that wants to explore, create, express, even if it doesn't know where it's going yet. And this is your sacred spark returning. It's your spiritual enthusiasm stirring, reawakening after maybe a long pause. Or like I said, going down a different road or using a different compass. Your guides are sending you small signs, symbols, and flashes of soul guidance through your creative impulses. Just like I said, of this Holly King, there's a different compass that keeps showing me this compass. Your body may just spontaneously want to stretch. You just may find yourself stretching or kicking your leg up or just doing some kind of body movement. It's like these things have always been there, but they weren't given as much time to speak. They weren't given as much stage presence as this other aspect that's kind of been driving. It's like you switch drivers. It's like you're switching drivers. So your guides are placing people, books, they're even visiting you in your dreams, but they're placing the right people, the right books, and experiences in your path that help the reawakening of this inner wanderer and this sacred artist. Now, you may not think that you're an artist, but this is the sacred artist. You know, the Wands suit is about creativity. It's about passion. It's spirituality. So, you know, kids don't believe that they're not artists. They just create. And so there's some creative spark in you that's being ignited, and it's happening through other people, through books, through dreams, experiences, and your guides are encouraging you to say yes to this inspiration before it makes logical sense, because magic rarely walks a straight line, right? It's not about making sense. So I feel like who was driving before was the protector, and your guides are helping you to see that the protector can take a break, and now it's time to let this wanderer, this curiosity, this sacred artist out and let them take the driver's seat. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. And with this card, it's telling me that your guides are helping you to ground your vision into physical reality. So first we have this spark, and then this is the beginning of actually making it a tangible path, not just an idea. It's an opportunity or a resource. So this is a new beginning. Here we have a new beginning of who's driving, what the driving force is, that inspiration. And then here's the beginning of the material realm. This could be in your body, again, health. It could be in your home, money, work, nourishment, but something physical. So your guides are preparing you for a new fertility, maybe a project, a place, even a practice, a ritual of abundance that takes root and not only blesses you, but blesses others. And how they're helping you is by literally or energetically aligning the soul beneath your feet so that you can plant this seed in fertile ground. So this journey is going to lead to some major seed where you're like, this is it, I really want this thing. And they're helping you to find the fertile ground to plant that in. And they're going to be bringing you synchronicities, unexpected support, and opportunities that were hidden to you before, doorways that you didn't see. And now that you have let somebody else in the driver's seat, and now you have this, very soon, if you don't already, have this seed that you want to plant. It's like that seed is the key to this door, and now you're ready to walk through it. So your guides are helping you by tilling the soil and helping you to remember how to grow things, guiding your hands. So beautiful. And then we have the Holly King guiding you back to your inner wisdom. So it's everything that I've already said about you switching drivers. It's you no longer listening to the noise of false beliefs. That doesn't necessarily feel right. I mean, it's like these beliefs were maybe right at one time, but they're outdated now. So it's like you're getting this upgraded, this new version. And again, they just show me this protector getting out of the driver's seat and this curious wanderer, creative side of you getting into the driver's seat. And it's like there's this ancient guide helping you find this light within you, this compass. They're helping you discern solitude from isolation and introspection from avoidance. Because as you go through this new journey, that you're going to have this cognitive dissonance where sometimes things feel uncomfortable, or you start on this journey and then something rises up and you're like, oh, am I slipping back into this other pattern? Am I letting the protector drive again? And with the hermit, there's like this maturity where you're able to discern between these two aspects of yourself so that you'll know, am I being still, waiting to receive, or am I, stunting something? Am I experiencing stagnation? Am I avoiding something, or am I taking time to reflect? It's going to become clear to you. You're going to know the answer, and you're going to be able to use that inner compass, that golden light within, to help guide you. And your guides are guiding you to create this practice of discernment through journaling, through just taking times to be quiet, taking walks, through your breath, until your own inner voice becomes really strong, and you can discern it from any other voices that you may have internalized that weren't yours. And again, there's this wise ancestral energy that wants you to know you're not alone in this. You're walking in the company of these great ones who have walked before you. And your guides are encouraging you to find the strength within you. So when you do take time to reflect, to find that stillness, that you go inward to find this strength within you, so that when you return to the external world with your spark, with your seed, that you carry it with the light of your soul wisdom. So beautiful. Reading number 3. So excited for you. This is going to be such an amazing time of growth, inwardly and outwardly. Yeah, you deserve this. You deserve these happenings. Please let me know how this resonates. I love to read your messages, and I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye.